Erica, his Morphling, and BAB Primal Beast, like, it's a scary proposition to go up against these heroes. I do think they did a good job forcing Frisk onto, you know, a hero in the Earthshaker that, yeah, he's played a lot of, but Earthshaker's been terrible. Even in his hands, he's got a 27% win rate on this hero. So, you know, you can look at some of these other heroes they've had tremendous success on, but Shaker has not looked good, and you're playing Shaker into Veno plus Clockwork. That's rough.
Plus Sniper and Disruptor as well, right? You've got so many vision givers and damage over time to cancel blinks. It could be a challenge for him. We'll watch out for Frisk's positioning as he gets his blink dagger a little later into the game. And looks like for now, Liquid smoking down into bottom jungle and trying to play under a bit of vision there. As Matu is going to take down a ward very early on.
Yeah, we'll see if there's going to be any kind of lane shenanigans going on. I think, at least as far as the mid lane goes, it's pretty established. It does seem like, well, I say that, it does look like, yeah, I guess the one big switch up is going to be that Matu going mid on the Sniper. So I guess as expected, it's Matu on Sniper and Mickey on Leshrac, but I would have expected Leshrac against the Void Spirit. I feel like that's a pretty good matchup for the Leshrac, but I think Liquid feel like this is better for dealing with the Primal Beast, because both Sniper and Lesh do fine mid, but the big difference is Sniper playing into the Onslaught plus Trample could have a rough time up top.
Yeah, then you've got a great amount of damage up top without Lesh and Disruptor, but currently Insania's Disruptor is down here holding hands with Boxy, forcing Yang to be held back and also forcing a TP from Erica.
Okay. Hey, that's 100 gold. I mean, from a carry player. I guess he's, you know, generally not going to need that TP for many other purposes, which is why he doesn't mind using it, but it is a decent chunk.
Yeah, nice cask from Yang, making sure he wouldn't die there. That would have been a difficult task anyway. And it actually looks like Disruptor's going to be staying bottom, so Veno Disruptor down there, while Clockwork, he goes up top. A good two-man stun comes out of Mickey, chipping away at Frisk and BAB. So a good bit of harassment coming out of that Liquid top lane.
This is a pretty strong top lane. I think putting the Clockwork with the Leshrac gives Lesh a lot of setup to play around, and just gives Mickey this kind of kill lane. And you're playing Clockwork against double melee, particularly against the Shaker. Clockwork's gonna be great. Against Primal Beast, you could be a little bit careful on, you know, his spells kind of invite you in and almost want to be playing against melee heroes, as we saw last game with the Slack. But it should be a pretty, at least, fight skirmish heavy top lane, I would say.
I'm going to run back on Boxy there. I'm just keeping my eyes on this mid lane though. Every time I look in, it's XM running away. And he's got some decent last hits, and he's going to have his bottle coming out now. He's had to expend a lot of his HP and resources early to get there though. And it doesn't really get any easier when Wraith Bands arrive for Matu.
No. The lanes against Sniper, unless your hero ramps up as well, generally, you know, they start off fine first 2 or 3 levels, but as these Wraith Bands add up, suddenly lasting can become quite a challenge.
Oh,
yeah, he may just be dead here.
Denied?
Gets a deny, okay.
Very nicely done by Erica.
Yeah. He's getting pretty low himself. He's going to have to morph strength here and be a little bit careful, but Zai, if he can get up a fast Vessel this game, that's going to be huge for Team Liquid.
Yeah, what's the skill build going to be from Zai this game? Is it more of the magic damage, or do we see Plague Wards?
I feel like you maybe get like a 2-2 build and then max Plague Wards, but max Plague Wards is just so good. It's just a matter of how many points in the other skills you get first. You know, he may feel like he wants level 3 Plague Wards by level 5 and just go 1-1-3. So I'm not sure. Right now, I think their lane is doing well enough that it does merit getting additional points in his first 2 skills.
Yeah, keep that pressure on, especially against the Morphling in these early levels. Pre-level 3, you've just got that 1 point in the attribute shift, which isn't quite reliable. And Witch Doctor's also going to be wary of his positioning.
Matu Sniper is showing up this game, though. Void Spirit, getting some CS, but 19-5, 3 minutes in. He's probably only missed like a couple of CS along the way so far.
Yeah, and he's got a 3rd Wraith Band coming out on the Courier as well.
Yeah.
He's really looking for this early laning stage progression on the Sniper. There's XM. They're going to go back into the stick, the phase boots out of this bottle. He's more likely going to be looking for those side lane rotations once he gets an active rune or hits level 7. As top, Boxy with Mickey there, doing a lot of damage onto Frisk, but BAB onslaughts and tramples into the clock. Oh, a little back and forth there, actually letting Boxy slip away because of Mickey's attempted stun.
Ooh, yeah, both sides very close to getting some kills there. First on the Shaker and then on the Clockwork. Can definitely see the strength of the Primal Beast once again rearing its face in game number 2, and definitely expecting to see some more aggression fighting in this top lane, although it is pushing towards this Radiant Tower, so right now I imagine Boxy going to be prioritizing some of these pulls.
Yeah, he's got a Ghost Camp. Nice little one to single pull, maybe do a half pull off of. Grab that creep wave with the Flag Bearer creep. And yeah, Matu, again, just chipping away at XM. He's already hit level 5 on this sniper. A little way to go for XM's Void Spirit. His deny is really starting to add up.
Triple Wraith Band, you know, that's always, often it's like 1 or 2 Wraith, but Matu really going all in on making himself as hard to last hit against as possible in this mid lane, giving him tons of deny potential. Even that little bit of extra strength is going to make him that bit harder to kill and gank as well.
Oh, glimpse. What's Insania up to? Sending someone backwards? Just going for the control of the small camp.
Yep. Making sure they, I guess, keep that one blocked, although it has spawned, so.
And Matu, he got into position knowing that XM went for Bounty Rune to actually close him off, but Yang down at bot, he got the Maledict onto Insania, not enough damage to kill Disruptor, and he's in fact going to be the one to die as First Blood is claimed by Insania.
Yeah. At least it's before the urn comes out, so you're not feeding away those charges quite yet, but that's a really good start for this bottom lane for Team Liquid. This time around, it's Liquid having that big laning stage advantage.
Primal Beast trapped in the cogs, trying to trample around. He did a decent job pushing damage onto Boxy, but an irritating pest, this Clockwork. Onslaughted upon by BAB. Mickey has him covered, though.
Yeah, done a much better job just not giving BAB this dual lane where he can just go for all these kills. The Earthshaker just a much weaker lane partner compared to the Tusk. And they're going to get the kill on Frisk there. Just sticks around a bit too long, and Clockwork, whenever you get on top of this Shaker, if you've got any kind of follow-up, it just feels so good. And they've got Arcane Boots now, so this top lane is going to just keep going for these kills, it feels like, on the Liquid side.
Yeah, the good old school counter of Clock against Earthshaker. Battery Assault, incredibly irritating.
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to get a rotation to mid, though, as Matu, he feels this coming. He has this ward covered down towards the bottom rune spot. As Yang, from the right-hand side, Maledict in onto him. Ability for them to Fisher, but it's so scary diving this tier 1 against a sniper.
Yeah, he's got raindrops, 900 health, and this is, like, if he has just the one Wraith Band here and, like, going for some treads or something and doesn't have the extra stats, like, they can probably go for that kill, but the 900 health with raindrops is just too much survivability.
Yeah, now Liquid, knowing that a couple of these heroes have left their side lanes, maybe trying to move in onto the Primal Beast top. BAB gets stunned up initially by the Split Earth, trapped in the cogs. Is he going to try and get away from this with a little push back, a bit of distance, and the cast from Yang? And it does allow him to slip away.
It barely keeps him alive, but they're keeping away from the lane and the farm. Leshrac with a decent lead over the Primal Beast, and all 3 lanes effectively being won by Team Liquid right now. Morphling is getting some good farm, and that's kind of going to be the big X factor this game, is going to be Erica's Morphling, who is yet to lose a game on this hero.
I mean, Zai is incredibly toxic. 3 points in the Poison Sting, so it looks like 1-3 and then back into Plague Wards, I assume.
Yep.
Would love to get that kill, like you're mentioning, to get some urn charges and get Erica out of that lane. While in mid again, XM, he's hasted and running around, but there's so much ward coverage here from Liquid. Needs to be removed, and that's what Frisk is attempting. While up towards the top, Boxy getting trampled down. And Maledict, with that Primal Beast damage, offers enough, but the turnaround from Mickey gets him the cross kill on the Beast. And now the rest of Liquid looking to try and make a meal out of this, but Vici Gaming have the numbers advantage. Bringing down Insania while Mickey chases Yang. He tried to deny himself to neutrals, he's aggroed them, but it won't work out. A double for Leshrac. And 3 kills traded for 2.
Yeah, even Matu rotated in to finish off the Shaker, so Liquid going to feel pretty damn good about that one. Both Leshrac and Sniper there, 1 and 2 position, getting kills and not the ones getting pressured, so it's not really big kills that Vici Gaming are finding there. It's a pretty costly rotation in the end for them.
Man, your Morphling not really hitting creeps right now. Has to dip under his tier 1, heal up with a salve and a Fairy Fire, just to be able to withstand the pressure that Zai's bringing.
Yeah.
And pinging him out, it's time to kill him. Please remove the Venomancer from my lane.
He sees him coming though. He's, you know, even just the 1 or now 2 points in Plague Wards is enough to get some good intel, although he's maybe stuck around a bit too long because Frisk has flanked him from behind here.
Comes up the river. Erica turns into the Veno. Gale into Gale. They've got a bit of stuns here onto Zai. The cask, the Maledict. Oh, it doesn't land, but they've got the jump forward from the Morphling. Finish him off at long last.
Yeah. Good, honestly, like a very small thing, but Frisk just taking a different route for the gank. Yang gets scouted out in the trees with the Plague Wards, but Frisk goes through the river and catches Zai by surprise. But top lane, attempted kind of counterplay here. XM, he's kind of baiting this one because XM's here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage onto Mickey, and BAB trying to onslaught, but caught out by the battery assault, killed off by Boxy and Mickey there. It was a good attempt at a turnaround from Vici Gaming, but this Clockwork is just such a nuisance. Against Earthshaker, against Primal Beast, he's the perfect counter.
Action's not done as they'll get another kill down bottom, but yeah, it's kind of like a bait play from Vici Gaming where they just don't have enough damage there. Like Leshrac with Raindrops as well, and Void Spirit was only level 7 when he went for that play. He's hit level 8 now, but just having the max out Resonant Pulse and 1 point in the other 2 spells just meant he didn't quite have the damage to get the kill.
We'll see where he heads next. As Liquid, they've got the Assassinate onto Frisk. And no stick, no raindrops for him. And a DD rune for Sniper now. Can they start chipping away at towers? It looks like he's going to start wandering bottom. Hook shot. Can they chain stun him and do the damage they need? He gets off the attribute shift. Erica, 2 seconds for waveform. Gets glimpsed across by Insania. Trying to create a gap here, but they've got the close in from Boxy to keep on chasing. Matu on a killing spree. Perfection from the Sniper in that mid lane.
Yeah. You rotate, you kill the enemy carry, and this bottom tier 1 tower is waiting to be claimed as well. With a DD Sniper and a Siege Creep, there is no defending this one. And Veno now starting to level up and max out those Plague Wards is going to be a real pushing threat as well. Nobody really ever wants to come to a Veno lane when there's level 4 Plague Wards. It's just not worth killing them. They will lose Clockwork top, it looks like, so the counterplay from Vici Gaming is going to be going for a support kill and a tower of their own. So they do get a pretty decent response. Considering the situation they're in.
Yeah, getting something on the map feels good for them. It's a little morale boost, as they are losing out quite a lot across all these lanes. But now the laning phase is breaking down, and we're starting to get supports with ultimates up. It's incredibly scary when Clockwork and Disruptor are off map. If they're hidden, you're always afraid as Vici.
Yeah. There's a lot of kill threat coming out from this Liquid side. Disruptor's also level 6, so yeah, between Hookshot and Glimpse, it's a kind of scary phase of this game for really anyone. As you can see, even when you get that morph off, like this morph can be chased down and you can't just reliably waveform away when there's a Glimpse to kind of pull you back as well. The damage easily there.
Stuck in the bog of shrapnel and cogs.
Yeah.
Very irritating, but oh, the haste rune. And get guarded by Boxy. Mickey will grab it. Trying to chase him as the Glimpse of Static Storm. He went in for it and died. Another huge kill for Liquid.
Yeah, I guess he just knew he couldn't really astral step away when there's a Glimpse waiting for him, so he kind of accepts his fate going for the rune, and that's a big kill.
Now Vici kind of in a waiting pattern, a holding pattern. They need Blink on Earthshaker, that's miles away. Morphling needs to finish off his primary items, and when this map gets smaller and smaller, you have even further limited places to farm on heroes that desperately need items.
Yeah, they just can't defend any of these towers. They are going to TP in.
And glyph it up.
BAB, no, he cancels his TP. He's going for a kill up top.
That's a decent Fisher, trying to attempt to kill a Mickey, but he's out of there. The Echo Slam on Sniper mid, though. Matu being focused down by XM and Frisk, but Matu, surprisingly tanky with the raindrops and the Wraith Bands, will finally die. Vici Gaming, they pummel him into the ground, while Zai tanks a full Death Ward Maledict. Raindrops are there to buy a bit of time for him while they glimpse across XM. Still tagged up by that Gale, and gets away with the help of this Voodoo Restoration and, more importantly, the Fisher from Frisk.
Yeah, good job keeping XM alive there. He's the player who really needs to be the one bringing Vici Gaming back into this game, creating space for the Morphling to farm, and the fact that Vici Gaming were, making these aggressive moves up top also allowed them to TP in, and killing Matu's Sniper is a big boost to the kind of position they're in. They're still playing from behind. They've still lost this tier 1 mid, but a farmed up Morphling can easily turn this game.
I could give him as much room as he possibly can. And that Void Spirit got himself about 400 gold from that fight, so closing in on his Witchblade, which does give him so much more damage and the ability to get on top of the sniper, which is his role, right? They picked this Void Spirit as an answer to the Matu sniper.
Yeah, I mean, they've got, I mean, even Morphling as well as a hero that, you know, with Waveform can do a pretty decent job later on at getting on top of the sniper. So there's a lot of pressure on Liquid to kind of protect a sniper who doesn't really have the best bodies to play around. Like the other sniper picks we've seen, usually it's with all these other tanky cores that can frontline. Leshrac does pretty good at that, considering, you know, the Bloodstone, 2,000 health and all that, but neither, like, the offlaner, the Veno, the Disruptor, these are not like the best frontlining heroes for us to really set up a sniper.
Who was it? Was it no one on the Lesh, wasn't it? Where he went for this kind of Bloodstone tanky build, tanking black holes and stuff. Maybe we see a similar thing from Mickey here with like Yules, Kaya Sanj. Just charge in with Boxy. Make a bit of a barrier for that sniper.
Absolutely. It's going to be his job. Like, he wants to be the one taking spells. It's okay if he dies and the sniper is sitting back being ignored. Like, that's going to be generally a good fight for them.
What's Yang up to? I think they spotted each other. Yeah, Matu dropping the voice line as well. The Witch Doctor scouting the enemy ancients. And Frisk is also lurking around mid as well, but Vici not really in a position here to collapse onto Matumba Man.
Yeah, he's still behind enemy lines here, but
they're trying to snipe couriers?
You know.
It looks like he is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he just doesn't want to maybe use his TP right now. Like, if he just doesn't get found, he maybe feels okay with this.
He's thinking about cutting the wave now, decides.
It's not like he's doing any warding here. He's just, you know, doing a little walkabout.
Bit of a dream walk, yeah. He's trying to find his path in life. Figure out where he's going. Time for contemplation for Yang and Frisk. And again, they do need a little bit of money there. It looks like Earthshaker adapting to the scenario, going for Shard rather than that Blink Dagger Rush, which is nice to see. And Zai, a little trapped in the trees here. He gets the vision from the rocket flare, so he sees Yang, he knows where XM is, and they're going to go for the hook shot. Gets the stun onto the Witch Doctor, and Boxy opening up a kill onto that support of Vici Gaming, while Static Storm misses a little there from Insania. Doesn't find Frisk or XM, but with Sniper's arrival, Frisk will get dragged back into his waiting arms.
Such a funny journey that Witch Doctor took, like going looping around the enemy ancients, not getting scouted. He comes bottom, walks through a creep wave, and he's like, oh crap, this is bad. Didn't find the Venom I'm trying to kill, need to TP out, and poor Yang, there was a clockwork waiting for him. So in the end, Liquid do find that kill on the Witch Doctor, and we'll also get a +1 in the form of the Shaker. But is this a scenario where Vici Gaming are getting farm across the board? They're kind of in this holding pattern where they just want to buy time for these items to come up on their 3 cores, and it's up to Liquid to try and apply pressure. Yeah,
I mean, Witch Doctor's had a bit of time now. He's dead to try and figure out what was wrong with Google Maps and the route that decided to take him on.
Yeah.
42-hour canoe ride across the Atlantic, perfectly acceptable. Now we do get our Primal Beast up to his herd. We're rushing towards that BKB as well. Getting pretty close to it, BAB. So not all doom and gloom for Vici Gaming, as they will start to hit their item timings. And it's a 4K lead for Liquid. It looks decent. They do need to keep this pressure on, like you've been saying, against the Morph, against this beast. And Yang, the first point of contact. Death Ward, Maledict, and Insania might just die to that. Mickey does get the first takedown onto the Witch Doctor, but it's a trade nonetheless.
Yeah, you take these kind of 1-for-1 trades when you're the team that's on the back foot a bit, but you need to be farming while it's all going on. And for the most part, Liquid are getting a bit more out of the map right now. They've had Leshrac just free farming away. Same for the Sniper. These 2 heroes topping the net worth charts. And on the other side for Vici Gaming, Erica's going to be a little bit more cautious with his farming patterns. When you're playing into the Clockwork Disruptor, you can't just aggressively farm in the kind of places that you would normally be able to farm as a Morphling.
Guys, hide and hide away. XL, the one that's going to be showing out on waves. But in the meantime, Liquid are in the Roche pit. Already down to half health, and there's just no way for Vici to get here or even contest. This is just a freebie for Liquid.
Yep.
What's the knock-on effect? Tier 1s, Tier 2s?
Yeah, these outer towers, and I think just the ability to you know, invade any part of the Radiant side of the map where they might be farming. So, you know, they can't farm the entire map because you're just going to be chasing ghosts around the map, but they can at least control, like, you know, 60-70% of the map and turn this 4K gold lead into a much bigger gold lead as well. But they'd love to get a lot of these outer towers.
Just a bit rough with Erica not having his Manta style done. Courier's still dead for a minute, but I guess it's still a waiting game for them. Try and tie these items together. The BKB Beast, the Shard is up for Earthshaker now for Frisk, so we'll have these nice fissures with the aftershocks coming into play from range. And it does land one straight away onto Zai. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Wow, it just disappears.
Yeah.
Liquid, considering the return play onto XM, they glimpse across the Beast into the Static Storm, and Mickey's there with the damage.
It's still kind of okay. Like, you're the ones, again, these 1-for-1 trades when you're behind and you're trading the 3 position for 3 position, you're buying time for your carries to just keep, you know, getting farm, and also for this Aegis to expire. Zai was just hanging around waiting for a Sentry Ward, finally got it out to D-Ward, and the second he went for the D-Ward, he got jumped there. So very aggressive play from Vici Gaming.
Beautiful way to hold on. Look, has Yang been sat in these trees for the past 2 minutes?
Yeah. he's a man, like you said, he's a little bit lost. He needs to turn his map upside down. I don't know what it is, but he's finding some interesting places to play Dota this game, or not play Dota. I don't know. He's playing a different game altogether.
He's going on these long jungle tracks, trying to find those hidden beaches. Get out there. Figure out where you want to be in life. Just trying to push out another wave or sit behind his carries. He's definitely a hero that can look to, you know, solo kill opposing supports whenever they show their faces. He's not too far away from his Aghanim Shard himself either.
Yeah,
that's like the biggest thing about Witch Doctor nowadays, right?
It's so fun to play with. I mean, it gives you like a self-save as well, so just so much utility you get out of this shard, and we'll see him pick that one up momentarily. And as for the rest of the Team Liquid side, they've still got this decent lead here, playing around the Aegis on Sniper. They took the tier 2 top. Now they've got their eyes set a little bit on this mid lane.
Matu, 3 heroes smoked behind him.
They're kind of leaving him. Yeah, they're kind of pretending they're staying behind him, but really they're actually going ultra on the map. Like, they could just kill Matu twice here, but Liquid are kind of next leveling this.
Yeah, the Vici Gaming lacking critical information there. And Boxy breaks vision straight up to high ground. The hook shot onto Frisk. Easy peasy. Take down the Earthshaker. And even aiming for a little bit more. XM doesn't have any astral steps. He does have to assimilate, and they turn with Yang's Death Ward onto Zai. Huge damage burst, but now XM's the one in trouble. Dissimilate and step is available to jump away a bit of distance with his BKB as well. XM looks like he might be out of there. Oh, is he going to get glimpsed or stunned or just killed off with clicks? It looked a little close, but he gets home safely.
He waited for that TP. He timed it so that, like, the last 0.1 seconds of his BKB was when the TP went out. First gives him a little tip, like, dude, good job timing that one. And in the end, yeah, Liquid don't quite get the big targets they were looking for. They did run into the Primal Beast here. You know, I thought they may go for him. I guess maybe they didn't have time to check if he has a BKB himself, so they go for the easy kill on the Shaker. But getting the Venom there, again and again, delaying this Aegis timer, this 5K gold lead is suddenly a 3K gold lead. Vici Gaming are kind of progressing in the right direction.
Yeah, you keep looking at Erica, right? 1-1-1, Morphlings had a pretty quiet game, but not really involved in these fights. Always on the opposing side of the map, finding that additional bit of farm, which Liquid are kind of giving to him. And he's not far away from a BKB himself, so Manta BKB is going to be an incredibly difficult target to kill as this game moves forward. What's after that? Like, what's next? Is it an Ags game for Erica, or Skadi, Daedalus? What's up?
I'm thinking, I guess the Ag Scepter this game, who are you using it on to steal stats from? I mean, against the Sniper, that sounds pretty decent, so don't mind the Aghanim Scepter. I think otherwise you're just looking for, like, more stats, like Skadi, Satanic type items, just go become this, like, late game unkillable beast, but not sure what he's going to have in mind. The BKB timing, though, double BKB, triple BKB, actually, on Vici Gaming is time to fight.
And Static Storm and the Split Earth coming in onto the Earthshaker, and Vici Gaming full retreat from the 2 remaining members that were sat up top lane. As Liquid have 5 here now as the Aegis expires.
Yeah, Liquid's kind of one of these teams, they love to kind of group up as 5 and move around and stick on the same screen together, particularly once they hit these strong mid-game timings. And that's kind of where they're at now. They've got Zai with his, typical utility items, got the Wraith Pack, the Vessel. Like, this is kind of go time for them. Like, they're not necessarily just building the sniper to go, like, drag the game and go super late game. They get this pretty, not fast BKB, but they go for it over these other items. They want to, they want to keep fighting themselves.
Yang, run! He tries to kill off a troll in the camp, then he goes to the outpost, gets rocket flared, scouted. He's still doing decently though. He's got more net worth than Insania does. Shard, Cloak, getting tankier on his Witch Doctor every step of the way.
Well,
getting some wards down as well.
They need this Shaker Blink, although it's not necessarily the biggest game-changing item when you consider like the Veno and stuff and the Clockwork that can really negate what a Shaker can do. It's much more important to play around your fissure, so we'll see Shaker get caught.
And gonna lock in onto him. They also glimpse back BAB to force his first BKB usage. Had to use it defensively there, as it looks like Liquid were rallying around this sniper to move into that mid tier 2 area, but they're sweeping through the bottom jungle and actually aiming for kills, trying to play around the one observable they do have in an aggressive position.
Yeah.
It scouted out Vici's retreat.
And there's 3 heroes down here. What's the call from Vici? Yeah, they're just going to look to TP out in the trees here, but no hookshot. Yang may be the one left behind. Yeah, he gets scouted out. I think the edge of the rocket flare giving them the glimpse.
Yeah, nice little dodge off the split earth, but inevitable that he would die in the end. And Mickey unstoppable now on this lash, top of the net worth.
Yep. Some good aggressive plays. Liquid are just doing a good job hunting heroes. Anyone who shows himself on the map, making sure that they're kind of farming up the enemy jungle along the way. Like they play bottom when Vici Gaming go there. Vici Gaming are going to vacate it, so they'll try and pressure this tier 2 tower. And then we'll likely see them kind of swing towards that Radiant triangle once they get this bottom tier 2 tower if possible.
Yeah, it's also nearly tier 3 item time as well. Just a minute away, so we'll start to look for stacks of ancients, maybe clear out jungle camps to get those tier 3 items to hit that Roshan timing even harder, because he's potentially up in 30 seconds. Liquid maintaining that top lane with Zai and Vici moving up here, but they're under dire vision again. Watched as they migrate north. Zai sees it coming, and he's quickly out of that. On the jump, Radiant scanned Boxy, but hasted Clockwork. Hookshot's back in onto Frisk. Solo Echo Slam from the Earthshaker onto Boxy, and Clockwork, he's out. Static Storm drop, but Erica has the BKB cover, while Matsu just opens up, peeping it away. And BAB onslaught to get down to low ground, away from the sights of Matuma Man Sniper.
Well, they're not done. They're trying to chase down BAB, but he finds a little nook to TP out from, but a big kill on the Void Spirit, who couldn't even get his BKB off there. Just got peeped down by the sniper, and Liquid follow up this fight with an immediate Roshan. They're just doing, again, it's the same kind of idea as what we saw bottom lane. They're just running at Vici Gaming wherever they go. They know they're so much stronger and can win any fight, and they can fight into these areas of the map where they don't have vision because they're playing with Clockwork and Veno. Like, it's so much easier to make aggressive plays when you have these heroes that just naturally give you vision. You don't rely on getting good wards up and playing around like cliffs and stuff when you can just go, charging in as a Veno or hookshot into, multiple enemy heroes when you've got all this great backup.
Yeah, it's so cool to see this kind of coming back into fashion. You think back to 2017 with Virtus Pro, where they loved this Disruptor Slardar sniper, and they picked that trio of heroes to have vision, have the ability to catch and kill over and over again. Very similar story here for Team Liquid, as they get that almost instant rotary spawn as well to be able to keep the pressure on. Top and mid shoved in towards Radiant base, so Vici Gaming finding the little space they have down near that bottom tier 2.
They're trying to pressure down bottom, but Liquid's coming knocking on their doors. They're going high ground here. They want to try and get a lane of racks out of this Aegis.
And you don't have the Blink Echo. Blink is 200 gold away. Echo is on cooldown for 40 seconds. Something that Vici Gaming desperately need. Frisk is just going to have to try and line up these fissures to block them away.
Yep. The Shaker's just having a miserable time this game. There's so little he can do with all the scouting and playing an Veno sniper. Like, none of these heroes feel good to play into as a Shaker.
Well, they've got to come back and do something, as XM is being obliterated. his artillery cannon of Matu. 40mm cannon just shoving his projectiles straight into the back side of the Void Spirit, and Earthshaker down to a few little hits from Matu.
Yeah, try hiding some trees and stuff, but rocket flares, plague wards, just always going to find you, and they just walk in, take a lane of racks, get out with a Shaker kill who, yeah, as said, still doesn't have this blink dagger. And even with the blink, I just don't feel like there's a whole lot he can do. Like, who does he blink echo there? And it's not like the blink echo is going to instantly blow some people up as well.
Hard to know. I mean, all of Matu's finished military training coming into play here. He's like the White Death. Simo the sniper from the forest just peeping away at people as Vici, they do jump in, looking for Mickey. BKB's out, the Bloodstone's going, but it's not enough to keep him alive. And Matu, considering his options here with his own BKB, thinking about turning and fighting with this Aegis, and now just focusing buildings again.
Yeah. You know, they committed quite a lot to get that initial kill. Shaker is back, but he pulled back, so this blink dagger even further away now. No real threat of any kind of blink echo slam, and Sniper, 2 minutes left on Aegis, can just peep away at these buildings. They did a good job bursting the Leshrac, the hero that doesn't have an Aegis, but I think Matu's realizing, well, what are they going to do about me now?
Yeah, Glyph buys a little bit of time, but it just feels like a foregone conclusion. Wraith banked up at the front, range rank's gone. A Fissure into Onslaught, but a good 4-staff back from Boxy. And now the Static Storm. They know he doesn't have BKB, so they blow up the Primal Beast. Hookshot and Glimpse. A little bit of confusion there from Liquid, but Zai jumps in aggressively, wanting to play forward with Sniper, able to peep away at them. Erica, he's made the jump forward, but a concussive shot gives Matu the distance he needed. Onslaught again. BAB's trapped in the cogs again, though. Oh, the Primal Beast. You wanted to go for Boxy, but he's turned onto you and killed him again. A nice play from Yang to at least get a trade. Dodges Split Earth again with a switcheroo. But Yang dead. No Beast for 65 seconds, and you need another buyback from your Witch Doctor.
Yeah. It may be enough with Sniper getting low that they're going to defend this melee Rex in the mid lane, but they're chewing through all these buybacks. They're really forcing these fights to try and get some kills to get them back in the game, and it's a decent chunk of XP to go with the gold that they're getting, but they're getting further and further behind.
And now Liquid grabbing that bottom outpost. A map is dark, it's small. One observer board for Vici Gaming out there near that top rune spot, and that's all they've got. It's just such nice back and forth play from Liquid. These 4 staffs, the concussive shot, Hurricane Pike, everything.
They're kiting so well. Like, this Primal Beast is just feeling like a different hero here in game number 2 after what we saw do game 1, where it was the difference maker, like the MVP. In this game, 1, 5, and 4, they just drafted heroes that really negate what it can do, and just using like the Sniper, the 4 staffs to just really play around Primal Beast so well. Aegis expires in 20, so they are going for this. There is maybe a small window if they get the jump at the right time to kill Matu, but he probably, he knows he's got just enough to get this melee racks and still back off.
Absolutely. Everybody in unison, falling away from that Radiant base. And top lane could do with a little bit of a push. Bottom lane can get held in as well. As
Vici Gaming, smoking up.
It's like a last-ditch effort almost. I mean, there's no blink on Earthshaker, and the smoke breaks on Zai. He blinks away, and now into the Static Storm. XM, he's dead. They've got Axe on Insania. There's no way out of that one. Matu is being focused though by the Morphling, but he turns for this BKB. Right-clicking away onto Erica, helped out by Boxy and Zai here, and Matu is perfectly fine. Death Ward is dropped. Morphling diving in and trying to chase down this Sniper. Can they bring him down? He's getting very low. The Pulverize comes. Matu finally falling, but BAB and Erica, have they got enough left in the tank to deal with Zai and the rest of Liquid now? Yes, they do. Erica with a killing spree. Grabs up another huge kill, and Vici finally finding their stride.
Yeah, about as good as you can hope for, and just timing it, getting all these, every little item they could get, finally pushing out as soon as the Aegis expires with a big 5-man smoke gank. And I think a big part of Liquid's maybe undoing is just Mickey getting a bit over aggressive with his positioning there on the Leshrac. When they pump the smoke, Zai, he blinks backwards. He's like, okay, we scouted this smoke, let's get out of here. We'll see it here again. Zai sees him coming, he blinks away, but meanwhile Mickey goes in like 1 versus like 3 alone and gets deleted. Even, I mean, killing the Void Spirit's nice and all, but Morphling's the real, threat in these fights. Void Spirit alone is not really going to swing the tides in Liquid's favor to kind of be able to take that fight, particularly with the Leshrac down.
Yeah, like even with Satanic, Concussive Shot, Hurricane Pike, you see Matu skipping, jumping, dodging away, and healing up through that Satanic. Erica and BAB did such a great job at tracking back, and the maneuverability that Vici are starting to show now, definitely becoming apparent.
Yeah, and they're still a bit away from it, but like Morphling hitting something like a level 25 and getting a double waveform would be really nice as well to kind of prevent some of this kiting. But he's got, just level 22, so quite a ways to go. And Liquid still have a lot of breathing room. 14k gold lead, 2 lanes of racks. They're still the ones with a pretty sizable advantage here, but fights like that are going to make them kind of second guess just what the state of this game is, and whether or not they can beat this Morphling in the late game. Morphling is about to complete a data list to go with the BKB Skadi Manta.
Oh, it's going to be huge. Yeah, it might be time for Insania to think, hey, nearly have my blink. I'm going to blink and static storm that morph before he can Manta BKB.
I like that. I think you almost, you need to prioritize. I mean, you kill this Morphling, the fight's easy. Like, the fight's over at that point. It doesn't matter what the Void Spirit, the Primal Beast do. These heroes just don't have the damage. They've got the control, the utility for these team fights, but Morph is the only one that has any ability to threaten this sniper.
Especially when we're looking at buybacks. Only Clock and Disruptor have them right now. The entirety of Vici Gaming either on cooldown or not having the money for it. I spent 4 buybacks previously, and Morphling's 1,500 gold away. So they'll get back to their base and hold the staircase.
On the Vici side, though, like, Morphling knows this. He probably knows that he's going to be priority number 1 for this Disruptor. So anytime he goes in aggressively, he's going to be just BKBing early, kiting around with the waveform, playing as cautiously as possible because he cannot afford to get caught in a static storm without using his BKB.
And 1 minute to wait. So much to do on this map, though, from Vici. Primal Beast, deal with that bottom lane. 1 more wave. We're feeling a little danger coming his way. We don't see a single member of Liquid until Mickey shows on that top lane now. And that rocket flare, look at them. Rocket flares, 3 of them flying out.
Good times.
Boom, there it goes.
Hello, Frisk. I see you. I see your blink. I see your Echo Slam. Vici, knowing how important this Roshan is. Smoke as 5. They've executed these team fights well previously. Let's see if they can do it one more time.
It's always a bit harder for them. They don't have that natural scouting. They don't have those summons, the rocket flares. Rocket flares kind of right on top of them. They put a ward here. That gets scouted, though, so they kind of reveal their position, and if you're Liquid, you kind of just have to assume that's a 5-man smoke when Yang pops out of nowhere.
Especially when tier 4s in the top lane. Dire creeps all over their base.
Liquid just set up a wall of plague wards around these ramps, around these entry pathways towards Roshan. So if Vici Gaming want to make a play on this Roshan, they're going to have to go probably for another smoke here. Again, they're being scouted out here. Yang, it's so hard to avoid these rocket flares. Clockwork just using the overclocking to just spam out rocket flares as well.
It's pretty funny. Just even has a level 10 talent for that cooldown reduction as well. Non-stop flares. Now, wait, does Vici Gaming have another smoke? I'm clicking all their heroes. I don't see any. They might be out of smokes.
They may just be deciding to give up Roshan at this point. Like, it's just so difficult to get on the map when you're playing against these heroes and this scouting, and you're just asking to walk into, like, the Disruptor's Ag Static Storm, for example. So it's much easier to play around, your cliffs, your high ground, because then you're just going to get a lot more info and have a much better idea of where someone like Insania is positioned, because dream fight for Vici Gaming, they want to jump someone like this Disruptor. They want to kill him before he uses his spells or force him to drop a poor Static Storm.
More flares.
No.
BAB, Yang, and Erica. They're all down here as Vici Gaming, but Liquid know this. There's a good bit of Radiant Vision here to play under as well. Triple Observer wards in the bottom jungle. And Liquid, they don't have any themselves, so a team fight, if it breaks out down here, Vici could have the advantage with the wards they've got.
Boxy's invis and smoked up here. No gem on the Radiant side, but they have got sentries, so we'll have an idea where Boxy is. They're going to pop this smoke now.
Still under vision. XM jumps in, trying to catch Boxy, but as quickly as they are in, they jump out again.
Yep, and now they're getting scouted. Triple rocket flare comes flying out again. Liquid just see everything.
Lighting up the night sky here in game 2 as they take down Frisk with Mickey and Insania's move.
They still want to fight this. They're playing around this cliff, but once again, yeah, these rocket flares, they just keep getting spotted. I think you just gotta abandon ship, go back to your base, defend these tier 4 towers that are getting pelted away by creeps. But Vici Gaming are adamant that they want to play around this observer ward of theirs.
I feel like that's their best chance, but yeah, you're right. Tier 4s dropping quickly to creeps, even with the new Radiant Wave spawning. Vici Gaming have to come back and maintain these lanes. And this gives Liquid the ability now to swarm forward, de-ward this entire jungle, and start looking towards the final lane of barracks down at bottom.
Angus still pushed up pretty far forward here. What is he thinking?
There. He's got buyback and he will immediately snap into action. But now you're looking again, and Vici Gaming having very few buybacks available. In fact, Morphling, I believe, Morphling and Earthshaker now, the two heroes with them. A jump from Insania. Oh, he got the static storm on the Morphling. Oh, Erica's dead. Has to buy back straight off the bat as XM getting blown up by Mickey as well. Insania with a god play just jumps high ground.
What a beast. Just catches out both cores. Just this disruptor. Hard carrying from the 5 position. They're not out of it just yet, Vici. This buyback on Morphling, he knows. No static storm to worry about for now. Can Erica find a good initiation?
And they're glimpsing people back, but the Primal Beast is in. BKB's up, and Erica focusing in onto Mickey and Matu. Oh, the Echo Slayer is there! Frisk with the Fisher lands it onto the 3 of them too. Vici Gaming still with something left to give. Another stun, Matu. He's the target of choice. They want to bring him down. They lose the Earthshaker now, but he's got buyback again. Matu half health. He's got Satanic still to play with. Erica being turned on. The dieback morph would be disastrous for Vici, but XM has respawned in onto Mickey and Vici Gaming. Oh, they might have a team fight victory at long last, but they're on the run again, losing out as BAB battles in onto Zai. Electrack's dead for 2 minutes now, and Matu's brought back as well.
Somehow Morphling lived though. There's still a sliver of hope for Vici Gaming. If they can get this Morphling healed up in base, he's salving up, doing everything to try to get back out. Mickey died back on the Leshrac, so maybe they can defend this, but they've got to heal up first.
Oh my goodness. And we're in a position now where Ninja Gear Insania has the blink static storm.
Oh yeah. One static storm and it's over.
That's what he's looking for. Boxy does have a hook shot as well.
Though. They've got to find this disruptor, but how do you? Great, it's so clever to pass over the Ninja Gear.
XM's in. He sees Insania trying to jump back towards him. He's being caught out by Erica. Static Storm's down, trying to kill off XM, but they're spread across 2 different fights. Zai being brought low, but Erica just can't get the job done here. XM dead. Morphling and Primal Beast, the only 2 remaining heroes here for Vici Gaming, and Liquid charging forward with their horde of heroes moving towards the throne. Erica get back into Fountain. Glimpses there, but the BKB counters it as he blinks forward onto Zai. Gets the blow up on him. Last chance ditch effort here from Vici as Matu. Concussive shots back to safety. And Erica, again, just not able to stick on the target he wants. But Frisk, he's got the Fisher. Doesn't kill Matu and glimpsed away to save the sniper, dying to the poison in the end. And again, we're in a 2 versus 4 where Vici Gaming disadvantaged. And Liquid looking to close out game 2 to tie things up.
Yeah, just such great maneuvering around this fight. Matu using the grenade, using the Hurricane Pike, just not letting the Morphling quite finish him off. Like, this Morphling's holding. He's winning these fights like 2v4 and by himself, but he just can't quite finish these targets off when the Shaker and his teammate, the Primal Beast, aren't there to lock people down. And now with the throne so low, this could just be game over if Sniper finishes off. Yeah, there we go. GG. Game 3, here we go.
Oh, that's what we wanted. That's what we needed. After a game 1 stomp, Team Liquid and Insania's Disruptor really showing up hot here in game 2.
Yeah, but like the Philosopher's Stone in game 1 on the supports, and it shows up game 2 as well. This time in Insania's hands, getting such a fast Aghanim Scepter. Those Ag Static Storms just making all the difference in these team fights, giving them a way to actually jump on and kill both the Void Spirit and the Morphling heroes that thought they could rely on their BKB, even their Aeon Disc. Like, he pops the Aeon Disc in the